Spider-Man has had a rocky past when it comes to the superhero's depiction in games, apart from maybe Spider-Man 2, which had his web slinging around New York. But rejoice, because on September 7th this year, a brand new Spider-Man game is coming to PS4. We're pretty excited for it because it looks to be amazing from all the released trailers and gameplay. I'm Mahanawas from SegmentNext, and we're giving you 10 reasons why this game is going to be the best in the series. In this game, Peter would be 23 years old and more experienced as Spider-Man. Rather than sitting through yet another superhero origin story, we're going to jump right into the fun gameplay stuff. According to Insomniac, the game will more fully explore how Peter Parker and Spider-Man's worlds collide in an attempt to tell a human story as well as a superhero story. Besides that, you can actually play as Mary Jane, and she knows that Peter is Spider-Man. But no, they're not together, and no, Uncle Ben is not going to die in this game, so don't even go there.
Devil's breath.
Your city and everything you care about will be destroyed.
Interestingly, Miles Morales appears to play a much larger role than we initially thought, given that Peter introduces him to Aunt May and tells her he'll be helping out. Miles Morales is also someone who takes up the role of Spider-Man in the comics universe, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of help he offers Peter. Certainly, his appearance suggests that this Spider-Man game will be breaking some new story ground, because according to Insomniac, this universe is very different to any other Spider-Man universe, so there are familiar characters that may be in new roles.
One of the biggest reasons we at Insomniac connect with Spider-Man and Peter Parker is that they're both underdogs.
We know this game is going to feature an open world, and we really can't wait to swing around it. According to Insomniac, this is the biggest game map they've created and will be even bigger than their Xbox exclusive Sunset Overdrive map, Sunset City. One of the most satisfying things about previous open world Spider-Man games was being able to see New York from Spidey's point of view, and we're looking forward to seeing what the latest gaming engines can do here.
Not today.
The combat in the game is super fluid and heavily based on the agility and acrobatics that our webbed hero is capable of. There will be sequences where a ton of enemies just run at you from all directions, but you improvise on how to beat them. So it's all in your control. Use the environment to trap and stop enemies, use the web action to lift the enemies off the ground, and then do some cool moves while in the air. The combat is heavily aerial. What's really awesome about that combat is that as this version of Spider-Man is more experienced, it's also shown in his combat style. Yes, although Spider-Man won't be able to kill or injure civilians, he'll be able to stop swinging long enough to take a selfie with them, whip out the finger guns, or even give them a cheeky high five. Not only that, he won't kill the enemies either. Nice one, Spidey. The combat's where the cuties come in, but don't worry, this isn't indicative of the final game, and there's going to be plenty of freedom. There will be only a few seconds worth of quick time events in the combat, while the rest of the time you'll be in control of the combat and traversal. The QTEs of the E3 trailer were just there to deliver some bang for the end of Sony's conference, and the majority of the game will be all about choice.
That just happened? Yeah.
Insomniac confirmed that the web slinging will always have an anchor point, and it's completely momentum and physics based. They focused a lot on traversal, wall running, leaping off of things, and swinging. This sounds a lot like Spider-Man 2 on PS2 with added realism, which looks and sounds perfect. In the E3 2017 gameplay, we see Spidey pitting himself against a gang called the Demons, led by Mr. Negative. He's also on the phone to Kingpin, who he's already put behind bars but is now getting information from. And we glimpse a battle in a bank vault with the Shocker, as well as Norman Green Goblin Osborn's re-election as mayor. However, according to Game Informer's exclusive gameplay reveal, villains such as Shocker, Rhino, Scorpion, Taskmaster, and Vulture should make an appearance in the game in some form, with Black Cat starring in the first of the game's 3 story DLC packs. Clearly, Spidey is up against a vast array of citywide odds, as well as the villainous central scheme. Not only is Spider-Man's story brand new, so is the iconic superhero outfit. While the red and blue motif of the Spider-Man PS4 costume is in line with almost every depiction of the character dating back to 1962, the enormous white Spite logo across his torso is completely different. While not exact, the white logo does recall the classic design of Spider-Man's black costume, which in the late 80s turned into the villain Venom. It's revealed that the game will take in multiple different costumes, each with special powers, and that full-blown suit crafting is in the game, alongside leveling, so expect those unusual visuals to be a direct result of personal customization.
No pressure, right?
Unfortunately, Spider-Man PS4 will not include the famous balloon hunting side quest of Spider-Man 2. Instead, it will have its own set of side quests, including scouring New York for all the backpacks Peter had previously webbed, taking down outposts controlled by the villain Kingpin, the occasional random street crime, taking photos of gold cats, presumably for Black Cat, and spoiling Taskmaster's plans and refusing any bombs he laid all over the city. So tell us, are you excited about Spider-Man? Also, don't forget to leave this video a like, subscribe to SegmentNext, and check out SegmentNext.com for more Spidey goodness. Until next time.